I want to show you the easiest way I know to play 9 of the 12 major scales in 2 octaves. The ones I'm not going to do are A, D and G, which you probably know anyway. I'm going to do the other ones. They're the ones that people think are the most difficult ones. I'm going to start with C major and I'm going to work my way around the circle of fifths. So if you don't know what the circle of fifths is, have a look at the circle of fifths on the website. I'm going to start with C major, 1 octave like this. I'm using 3s to do that. I'll do it again. I'm using 1, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 1 octave of C major. I finished on C, so I'm going to do the next octave of C. This time I'll be using 2s on my way up. I'll do that once more, starting on 4. Okay, now the second octave of C major has the same fingering as the first octave of F major, which is the next scale in the circle of fifths. So F major, starting on 4. And one more time, F major. And now I come to the second octave of F major, and this is where things get a little bit sticky. So I'll spend a little bit of time on this. I'm going to start on the 2 where I finished. 4, open A, 1 extended backwards, 2, 4 across, 4th position, 1, 2. Now I do a few things here which are things that I do. I recommend them, but you don't have to do them. But I do recommend it, and that is, I do it like this: 2, 4. If you watch closely, I can't play the A string because my finger's touching it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my hand forward so my little finger bends, like that. Just go back and do that again. So my little finger bends. I can now play the A string. I've got a nice tunnel under the curve of the 4th finger. That also means my first finger is pointing backwards more, so I can reach back more easily for the backward extension. I'm moving my 2 across now, but I'm leaving 4 where it is. And as I bring my 4 across, I can straighten up my 1, or not straighten it up, and bring it back to normal, so that it's ready to go into 4th position. Down to 4th position, 2. And that looks like this. I'll do it one more time. So that's F major. I'm not going to do the second octave of that just yet. I'll come back to the second octave in a little while. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first octave of B flat major, which I do the same way as F major. So instead of going onto the A string, I'm going to go down the D string. So I'm going to start on 2, onto G string. If you can do F major, you'll be able to do B flat major, no problem. And the same for E flat major. So there's my E flat major. Now I'm only going to do one more fingering. Well, no, I'm not going to do 2 more. I'm going to do 1 more scale. And this is A flat major, which starts on A flat, G sharp, with a forward extension. So I'm going to turn my hand as if I'm going to make a forward extension. So I'm going to start like that. Carry the extension through into 4th position. Lose the first finger, back into normal position, back to G. Something like that. Okay, so I'll just do that one again. My forward extension, I'm going to bring the hand forward like I did before I made the backward extension. Bring the thumb down so it's square to the neck, and bend my second finger so I get the tone between 1 and 2. There's one other thing I do when I do that scale, which is when I go up into 4th position, because it's extended 4th position and it's quite tricky to get that. I find it helps to lean forward, let the cello rise up a bit. That brings the arm forward over the top of the cello a little bit. So, forward extension. So the last fingering we do is the second octave of A flat major. And this fingering does the second octaves for all the scales in the circle, all the way from B flat, right round to E. So 2, 4, back to 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. When we get to the top we use 1, 3, 4, but we can use 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, whichever you prefer, it doesn't matter. Okay, so put that scale together. That's the first octave. Here comes the second octave. All the other scales are based on those patterns that I've shown you, apart from A, D, and G major. One more thing, a nice way to think about those scales, because we haven't done D flat, we haven't done F sharp, we haven't done B, we haven't done E, but we have done the fingerings for them. There are only 4 possible hand positions. The fingers are either going 1, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 4, or X, 1, 2, 4, or X, 1, 3, 4. So rather than remembering 15 fingerings for a 2-octave scale, we can remember 5 hand positions. And the hand position for this fingering, which works for so many scales, sometimes it's called the universal fingering. The hand positions are, if I do it for X, for A flat major, we've got X. There's X2, we'll call it X. X again. Whoops. 2, ordinary 2. Ordinary 2 again, and finally 3. So we're going to go X, X, 2, 2, 3. That's all you've got to know.